What is up, everyone? Corn O'Keefe back yet again on Rod Riders Podcast / Debate Cloud, and as the title implies, I'm bringing you: is Super Perfect Cell really capable of destroying the solar system? Well, folks, we're here to find out, because a lot of people don't believe Cell's statement. They say, or they think, well, it's just a statement, it's just vague, he could be bluffing, it's hyperbole, it's wank. He never actually displayed that he could destroy a solar system. Well, today, folks, I'm here to actually display evidence and go over scans and calculations to prove to you that by the time we reach Super Perfect Cell in Dragon Ball Z at the end of the Cell games, or the Cell Saga, whatever you want to say, that Cell is actually capable of blowing up a solar system. Now, before we actually get to Super Perfect Cell's statement, there's a couple of things we need to go over first, like a feat, a particular feat that happened before we got to Cell. And heck, this happened before Vegeta came to Earth. And that feat is First Form Frieza casually blowing up planet Vegeta, a planet with 10 times the gravity of Earth. Now, there is a scientific calculation. This was calculated to actually be 1.7 tenatons of force, which is actually high dwarf star level, and I will leave a link to that calculation in the description below, and I'll actually put the calculation on the screen so you can pause the video and see it if you need to do so. So starting off, we can easily see that even before we reached Cell, or the Cell games in general, we already have characters that have been calculated to be in the dwarf star ranges, and at bare minimum, First Form Frieza would be large planet level. That being said, his final form gets over 200 times stronger than his first form. And if we remember anything, we've already had normal planet busters in the Saiyan Saga, like Vegeta, for example. Vegeta was confirmed he could also blow up the Earth. And First Form Frieza is leagues above Saiyan Saga Vegeta. And on top of that, he has an actual feat and a scientific calculation to back up the fact that he can produce dwarf star level worth of energy in his first form alone. His final form being over 200 times stronger than that. Now, we get to the Android Saga. We're introduced to 18 and 17, both of which are stronger than Frieza on Namek. This is actually stated and proven when these characters can literally dominate Super Saiyans. These same Super Saiyans could wipe the floor with Namek Frieza, or even Mecha Frieza for that matter. And you're like, okay, well, you're going over all these other characters. What does this have to do with Cell, though? Well, that's what I'm about to tell you, folks. You see, Cell, in his imperfect form, absorbed Android 17, someone who's stronger than Namek Frieza. And keep in mind, Cell in his first form is also stronger than Namek Frieza. So you have someone stronger than Namek Frieza absorbing somebody else who is stronger than Namek Frieza and becoming even stronger. And then he absorbs 18 and becomes Perfect Cell. Then he blows himself up, gets a Zenkai boost, comes back as Super Perfect Cell, and here is where we get to the statement. You see, he charges up his Kamehameha, and he says he has enough energy to blow away the entire solar system. Now, since we already have established there was already planet level and even star level fighters before Cell, Imperfect Cell absorbed these star level fighters, aka 17 and 18. He himself was already above Namek Frieza to begin with. What I'm basically getting at here, folks, is Super Perfect Cell is actually a lot more powerful than characters who are a lot more powerful than First Form Frieza, who could already, at bare minimum, destroy large planets. And if you go off the calculation, it would actually be high dwarf star level. Now, since we've proven Cell is superior to other characters who can already perform planet to star level feats casually, let's go directly to the statement. Now, this statement is actually backed up from two different guidebooks. that specifically confirm both Gohan's Kamehameha and Super Perfect Cell's Kamehameha are capable of blowing away the solar system and destroying it. And I'll put that scan with the translations on the screen for you all as well. You can stop the video if you want and look at it. And on top of that, this was also stated in the original manga along with the anime. So both sources, Cell stated he could do this. 2 guidebooks confirm he's capable of doing this, and previous feats and scaling from lesser characters who are way beneath Super Perfect Cell also back up the fact that he can destroy at least one solar system as Super Perfect Cell. And I know video games are non-canon, at least for Dragon Ball standards, but I do want to point out there is a little bit of supporting evidence in one of the video games where Super Perfect Cell quite literally destroys the solar system. So it kind of makes you wonder, I wonder if these video game creators were actually taking inspiration from the manga and said, hey, they actually said Cell could destroy a solar system. Maybe we should actually make him. Now that's my own headcanon, that's a guess, but it would make sense because they actually made him destroy the actual solar system in the game. And again, the game is non-canon, but it can be looked at as somewhat supporting evidence. And regardless of the video game, we have 2 guidebook statements that confirm it. We have other characters who are lesser than Cell who can perform planet to star level feats. And Super Perfect Cell in general is just way above anybody that Goku fought before Cell. That's just a fact. So, at the end of the day, Super Perfect Cell stating he can destroy a solar system, yeah, it's a statement, but it's not a standalone outlier statement. Definitely has a lot backing it up. I just wanted to bring this video because there is a lot of people out there that didn't know about this stuff, didn't know about the guidebooks, and they just assume Cell's just bluffing or he's speaking in hyperbole. So I really hope this helps clear the air a little bit for some of you. Hope you enjoyed this video for what it was, and keep in mind there is other sources out there that help support certain characters being a certain level or a certain speed. Just look close at situations, get the translations, look at previous feats and scaling, and you'll have an answer. So always have a blessed day, folks. Super Perfect Cell's a solar system buster all the way. Peace.